What's the first thing you think of when you hear voodoo? Shrunken heads, blowish from gibberish, perhaps even David Bowie as the Goblin King from Labyrinth. Hollywood's propaganda has taken voodoo to an extreme. In the next 5 minutes, everyone here will have a better understanding on the truth of voodoo. Much like Christian denominations, voodoo branches off into 3 main roads: spiritualist reverends, hoodoos, and traditionalists. Extending that, in accordance to Reverend Severina Cayuna Mai, spiritualist reverends and mothers have their own churches, hoodoos integrate and work spells and superstitions, and traditionalists practice voodoo in the most natural and important part of their daily lives. Now, before I get too technical, let me go over some of the basic functions of voodoo. They believe in one God, Bandi, and he is too good for them, and they know it. So in turn, they try to feel connected to him by worshipping lesser deities known as the Loa. It's easy to compare these Loa to the gods and goddesses of Greek mythology. Many Loa rule the world and manifest in various forms to give what is deserving to the earth. Voodooists give offerings to keep them happy and prevent havoc. Then there are the Aiwa. These are the various spirits of family members. They interact with the people of the earth by mounting people now and again during religious ceremonies to give messages. Some even cause various good and bad things to happen to people. These are known as twins, being a curious and rather mysterious set of forces of contradictories. Good and evil, happy and sad, etc. The dead are the souls of one's own family members who have died but not yet have been reclaimed by the family. Ignored family dead are dangerous. The honored and cared for family dead are helpful, obviously. And in the end, there is a lot of pleasing that voodooists must do throughout their entire life. Now we'll start with these churches. They are not what we're used to. It's not really just one room with pews, a choir loft, and a podium. Priests and priestesses hold and perform rituals outside the village. According to Professor Corbett from Webster University, there are a number of rituals that a priestess would perform nearly every day for a specific purpose, such as healing, pacifying spirits, holding initiations, telling the future, reading dreams, casting spells, creating protections, and creating potions. A typical ritual is conducted under a jagged roof with a center pole called the potomiton. Drums are used extensively to promote dancing, which is very crucial to receive the spirit. Animal sacrifices are also needed. It's a belief that when you sacrifice it, the spirit rejuvenates the Aiwa. These rituals, being the healthy form of voodoo, is known as Rada, and is performed almost every day in hopes that they will receive messages to help them live long, healthy lives. Next, I'm going to explain the workings of hoodoo. Curses, zombies, and orgies, oh my! Sorcerers called Batono summon to put a hex on an adversary using the malevolent power of the Aiwa. Professor Corbett sums up this art very well. In the voodoo world, the black magic form of voodoo is called Petro, and is the voodoo of very mean and nasty Aiwa. Dangerous things happen in Petro, including death curses, the making of zombies, and wild sexual orgies. These spectacular events, including the blood, shrunken heads, and voodoo dolls that we're all used to, are very real in the religion, but are almost never typically used. Anthropologist Wade Davis has studied voodoo as part of National Geographic Society's Ethnosphere project, celebrating world cultures. He says the dark side of voodoo is similar to the concept of heaven and hell in Western religious traditions. The whole point is to make manifest the darkness so that goodness can overwhelm it, he says. Last but not least, the all-natural spiritual aspect of voodoo. I'm going to share with you a couple key elements to keep in mind when one desires a positive search for ancient roots and wisdom. The soul is eternal, but the body is ephemeral. We are not this body. The body is subject to disease, old age, and death. After death, the soul joins the realm of the ancestors, the spiritual world that is closest to ours. And those souls particularly may be elevated as a Loa. And the other thing is, by keeping the body healthy, free of contaminants, and in a peaceful environment, we are more apt to discover our eternal soul qualities. Healing yourself and others accounts for nearly 60% of voodoo rituals. Natural remedies and meditation are the greatest aids used to help the cleansing process and to achieve a healthy afterlife. To wrap things up, it's just as real as Christianity or Buddhism or any other religion. It has spiritualistic priests with churches, hoodoo to challenge and tempt people, and a desire to be pure through nature. I hope I cleared up some things, and there is a bit more understanding on how this foreign religion works. Thank you. That was horrible. I have a psychology test on Thursday. And I need to study for that because I feel like I'm going to fail, but if I do well on the test and my paper, which I haven't started on, then I don't have to do the final, and I really don't want to do the final. I tick with my tongue. Guard's going well. That's about it. Well, that's not good. Oh, and my lamp that I just bought for $50. Then I had to go back to the store for the light bulbs. I didn't think anything was going to happen because bulbs can't get that hot. And there's 3 layers of plastic, but 2 sets of shades melted together. And when I tried pulling them apart nice and easily, they cracked and broke. That's about it. So until next time, which I don't know when will be, because I don't have time for anything. Hopefully I'll have more for you to hear. I almost forgot. I got my new shoes. Yeah, they didn't have the ones I wanted. But I got Tom's. They're freaking amazing, and I love them. And they're so comfy. There goes my bed again.